It's kind of darker. You were wearing this one earlier.
Yes, that's true. It's a fashion faux pas, isn't it?
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Bardic Tales.
I did not, in fact, say that we would be starting at 6:30-ish. I just said 6:30.
Yeah, right.
Here we are.
Anybody who knows us knows that's never going to happen. So.
But last week when I said 6:30-ish, we were on time.
Yeah, well, that's true. Of course, you say 6:30 every single week, and
well, not every single week.
Yeah, that's true.
But the week that I specifically not specifically, can't specifically forget, but the week that I forget.
That you specifically forgot. Okay.
Yes. So, oh well.
Well, do you want to get me a bottle opener? Because my teeth my teeth are feeling fragile, and I don't want to bung up our table by just throwing it on there. Wham! Out it comes.
Appreciate that.
Besides, our bottle opener is awesome.
It is awesome.
Thank you, Han Solo Frozen in Carbonite. Also, don't get this anywhere near electronics because it has some sick neodymium magnets on the back of it. Things will destroy all of your technology, which, in case of some social media platforms, isn't terrible. Anyway.
This is true. All right, so what are you drinking?
As our thumbnail suggested, I was staring at, well, not the Void, but, ooh, that should go on our good ideas list for a stout, the Void.
The Void.
And you could just stare into it. I am drinking The Abyss by Deschutes Brewing. This is kind of their casual Abyss. This is the poor people's Abyss. This is the one that came out this year. So I am feeling a little bit bad about that. But, oh, well, no, I take it back. This one is a year old. So a 1-year-old Abyss. So that's actually pretty darn good. This stuff can age easily 5 years. Sometimes you can push it beyond that. But I'm very happy to have this 1-year-old Abyss. I'm just happy to have Abyss. Frankly, it's a really, really, really darn good stout. So barrel aged and all that great jazz. Thick as tar.
Glenn understands the blows.
Oh, poor Glenn.
Did your friend at least apologize profusely for damaging your furniture?
I ran into Glenn tonight.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I ran into several people tonight, actually.
Fun.
Wendy will tell you. So, ran into Glenn, ran into potential new employees. More on that later.
Well, employee, but...
Employee. Well, I mean, anybody who's married to anybody who has a job knows it's a team effort.
This is true.
If you're a pastor's wife, it's a team effort. If you're a programmer's husband, it's a team effort. If you're a brewer's wife or husband, it's a team effort.
But there's only one of them that we're giving a paycheck to.
This is fair. And then they can spend that on the other.
Yes.
Like a good spouse. Anyway, or couple or partner or whatever. So
wait, let me try that again. I think I got it.
Oh my gosh. Ka-chunk, notch out of the couch. I can do it this time. Ka-chunk. Now it matches the other side. Oh my gosh.
At least it matches.
I mean, hopefully that's how that worked out.
Our tabletop here, you can kind of see where.
I really love Abyss.
Here we go. Oh, good.
Mm.
Is it everything you were hoping?
There's more.
Good.
This is top 5.
Nice.
I'd say Deschutes Abyss is my top 5. If anybody needs to get me a gift for any particular reason.
Like your birthday coming up in 2 weeks?
Like my birthday coming up on May 1st. Abyss by Deschutes is a solid bet. Also, anything by Fremont.
Firestone Walker?
Or anything by Firestone Walker.
Nice.
All solid bets.
I was going to
also a solid high 5. It's a great birthday. Anyway, yes.
I was going to point out the damage. You can kind of see right here, the damage that this table has gone through. So we got this table. I bought it before we got married, knowing that we were about to get married, and Mark was working at the furniture store, so I got his employee discount. So it was an unfinished furniture, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just did weird things.
This is Parawood, which is what latex comes from. It is harder than white oak. This stuff is viciously hard. So
yeah, the damage that you see isn't the wood. It's the stain. The 6 layers of stain that we put on it. So we got married, and I got Thor a few months after we got married,
Seemed like a few weeks.
No, because it was right before I went back to school because I didn't want to leave poor Bucky alone in the apartment. Anyways, one of the first things that happened, Thor got up on the table.
Little tiny kitten, needle sharp claws.
And we were trying to train him not to get up on countertops and tabletops. It never worked. Never, ever.
Not in his 18 years of life did it ever work.
20 plus years of
was
life.
Was it 20? I knew Bucky was 21. I didn't know Thor had breached 20. Anyway.
I think. Anyways. And so Thor got up on the table and was like reaching out way over the edge of it. And so Mark, thinking like, I'm going to scare him and make this a bad experience. Also, it's going to be kind of funny. Comes up and wham! Right on the table. And about the time his hands are here, he realizes what Thor's going to do.
This is a bad idea. Too late now.
Whams down on the table, and Thor digs his claws in and just... and so, like serious, like, that long of scratches just...
It's like 6 scratches just carved into the table.
Yeah. I think that was the first major ding on this table.
Whoopsie.
That's
okay.
Glenn loves the Abyss too. The drink or the thing that you stare into?
Either way, both. He has good taste. I mean, so that's what I'm drinking. What did our daughter grab you?
Yes.
At Hooch and More. It was so much fun. I took her in there and it's like, what should we get, Mom? And she just walks around. She walks right up to Avid. This one. It's like, she knows good art when she sees it. So.
Yes. So I've got choice of Avid's Dragon Fruit, which, as always, enjoy the art because it is stunningly gorgeous.
Yeah, that stuff is worth buying for the art alone.
And then, I'm not going to butcher this, a mango raspberry. I think I've had this one before.
It looked new to me, and it looked strangely foreign, which I thought was a great idea.
I don't think we've had it here on Bardic Tales. I think Luke and Kaylee had this.
Well, then you know it's probably good.
Ooh, perfect serve. Ice cubes. Squeeze of lemon. Garnished with wedge. Beautifully Swedish refreshment.
I mean, sometimes they screw things up, but it's okay. I still love them.
Hey, it's made with pure Swedish spring water.
Ah.
That's nice.
Yes.
Well, that's about all they have to say.
Which is different from Spokane spring water.
Our water's amazing.
Our water is amazing, actually.
Oh, they actually add quite a bit to it. I'm sure it's delicious, though. But I think I'm going to save this one. No, I'm going to have this one because I've had this one on Bardic Tales.
Saving that one for Picard?
Possibly, or this is like 4%, so I might
saving that one for the second half of Bardic Tales.
4.5%. I might save it.
4.5%. That's a real great high five after mowing the lawn. That is.
You got stories related to that.
I've got stories, and I'm probably going to sell those stories in about 2 weeks. But All
right. Well, look at this color.
That's
very
gorgeous. That has got to be from the raspberries or red number 5, but probably the raspberries.
Natural and artificially flavored. So there's caramel color, colored with carrot and grape juice.
Okay.
But no, other than that, no like
the weird crap.
Yeah, no red 40 or whatever.
It smells good.
I know. I'm getting a lot of. It's gonna be another week of like getting carbonation up my nose every 3 minutes.
Snort, cough. Snort, cough.
Seriously.
You're supposed to snort first. Those things happen. What do you think?
It's delicious.
Nice.
It's incredibly bubbly. It reminds me of an Otter Pop.
It does remind me of an Otter Pop.
It's very sweet.
That is offensively sweet. Believe it or not, I can smell the carrot.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
I can't. You're sensitive to carrot, though.
Oh, I love carrot, but yeah, I'm sensitive.
Well, in the right context, you love carrot.
I love it here. It smells great. It's just, that's carrot, and then it tastes like Otter Pop. But no, Jolly Rancher. Tastes like Jolly Rancher.
I like Otter Pops more than Jolly Ranchers.
Watermelon Jolly Rancher.
I could see it. But the color's really pretty.
Color's gorgeous. That thing's fantastic.
All right, so this...
Unlike mine, which is pitch black.
So,
Brandy's on!
Freezing. Use it for sun. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. This would
Yep.
make an incredible slushy.
You'd have to freeze that stuff so
Um,
freaking cold just to get it to actually freeze.
No. You get when you freeze this, because remember your sister froze MD one year.
That's true, and even
And
then,
it was like a slushy.
Yeah.
But it held together better than a slushy because it would actually like stay in the popsicle form.
it was like a good snowball.
Yeah.
Held together, but you know it's going to come apart pretty easy.
Yeah. So yeah, this you could absolutely do like shaved ice with this. Super easy.
This you could put in your radiator because it ain't gonna freeze.
Yes.
I don't recommend that.
No, your car
but-
would not like that.
I would not like that. I would personally write a strongly worded letter to anybody that filled their radiator with Deschutes Abyss.
Yes.
That is.
Yes.
I would even sign it.
Because that
I
is
wouldn't
an
have
abuse.
our secretary sign it. I would sign it.
Who's our
I
secretary?
don't know, like Peter.
Okay, so my official review of this is it is delicious. I kind of would put it on par with not Mike's Hard Lemonade because that's kind of offensive
kind of
to
a low bar.
this.
Something by One
like-
Tree.
Yeah. I would say this is very similar to One Tree's style. So if you like because they tend to have a very sweet palate. If you like them, you'll like this. And I'm enjoying it. It's enjoyable. It's not
That is kind of the last milepost compliment you can give somebody. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna drink it.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I'm enjoying this. But it's not up there with it's not Avid.
It's not Avid.
You know.
That's okay.
So delicious. It definitely has its place.
I have had to say that to a few people. It's like, well, it has this going for it. It has this going against it. I probably would have changed this personally. I'm picking this up. And then you wrap the whole thing up with, don't get me wrong, I'm going to drink it.
Yeah.
But
because occasionally there are things that we have had. Thankfully, none that anybody brought in for us to like, hey, I'm
never
just
that.
starting out. Can you give? But we've bought a couple
give
of
up.
things. But we've bought a couple of things that's like you try and it's like,
oh yeah, oh god. There has been stuff that we've bought where I am not actively standing in front of the maker or any representative of that company or any member of the public is like, well, this sucks, and down the drain it goes.
Yeah. No, honestly, we occasionally get people who are just starting out with some kind of alcohol creation on the home level, and they just want input because we've had a lot, so we can pick stuff up. And we've never had anybody that comes in and you drink it, it's just like, oh, yep, there's alcohol in there.
I've never had anything bad.
Yeah.
I've had stuff I would not order.
Yeah.
But I've never had anything bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
From people that have brought stuff into us. Now out in the wild, oh heck yeah, I've had stuff bad all the time. But
what was it? It was a mead that was.
Oh jeez.
It was it peanut butter and jelly?
Well, to my palate, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was the most artificial flavors. It was like, cool, this is Reese's peanut butter, which isn't really peanut butter. It's somehow they got it out of a lab, and jelly.
Yeah.
Just to say they probably melted Jolly Ranchers and called it jelly, and somehow that all went into a mead. It's like, do you guys sell this crap? Wow. And the real kicker was we were over at our friend's house, the owners of Mystic Mead, who make ridiculously sick mead, which is so good. And it's like, well, this is
not
garbage. Next.
Anyway, all of that was a side tangent.
That was free.
That was free.
Yep.
Talk about brewing.
Yeah, I've got a lot to talk about brewing. Where do you want me to start?
What'd you brew this week? Oh, you didn't. You did. You played catch up.
This week I played catch up. This week I kegged all the stuff that we have in our many fermenters. I've got so much beer right now, you guys. It's ridiculous, and it's great, which means on the beer front, we are that much closer to expanding our tap space, which is excellent.
Yeah.
The cider front, we're right on the cusp. We're so close.
We'll get to cider.
Yeah, okay, but I gotta brag on my wife. It's awesome. Cool stuff in the cider department. But in the beer department, I just kegged up all but 10 of our kegs Like, we have 10 kegs left to our name that are clean that don't have something in them. So I filled those suckers. So I have, let's see here. I got a fair bit of Ish. I've got loads of Raven Master, plenty of What the Dickens, all kinds of Singularity, and quite a fair bit of Sila, that Ukrainian beer. Sila, that Ukrainian beer. And I am getting ready to fill most of the remainder of our kegs with Cane Madness, which just turned out, which is what I just brewed last week. And it, gosh, it smelled amazing. It turned out pretty darn good. This is going to be one of those that flies out the tap. It's great.
And why is that?
Well, this one, if you'll recall from last week, if not, go back and watch that. We'll wait.
Yay! Welcome back.
Did it. Great job. Good job pausing YouTube live and going on from there. If you'll recall, last week I brewed Cane Madness with a bunch of new ingredients. Some of them very, very old, like I started out on Maris Otter.
But you haven't used them in a long time.
I haven't used it in a very long time. Some of them much more advanced, complex versions of the grains I used to use. It was new across the board. It was wonderful across the board, but I'm still getting used to how to actually drive this ship.
Some adjustments.
I do have to make some adjustments to my technique.
Yes.
So this one turned out at a solid 4.8, which I know I literally heard the gasp. This microphone is a one-way street. It is not a speaker. I heard the gasp from all three of our viewers right there. It is 4.8%, which means you can crush this thing left and right. Get yourself a growler.
You could come in and have a 6-pack and be fine.
Get yourself a growler of it, mow the lawn, rinse your growler out, and come back and get more. You'll be fine. Yeah. So this thing is going to go crazy.
It tastes.
But most places, usually not craft breweries, but most places, if you dip down below 5% ABV, it tastes like water. It tastes like barely wheat flavored water that technically has alcohol in it.
Think Budweiser.
It's garbage. This one is an amazing bouquet of just roasty, smoky flavors, and you get those biscuit notes. It is everything you come to expect from Bardic. It's just crushable. So
it's not Bardic ABV. Look, we got gasps.
Gasps. See, 2 of them. Yeah. It is not Bardic ABV. It is Bardic flavor. Everybody has their own flavor. I'm coming to discover. I am reasonably confident that if you blind taste tested me, I could tell you the difference between Genus, Nat 20, and Bardic. Which are I will even throw in there Bellwether.
Yeah.
Which are the 4 probably that I drink the most of. I bet you I can tell the difference. It doesn't matter which one off their menu you pick.
Well, if everybody made a stout, or if everybody made an amber,
even more so. Yeah,
you would be able to pick it out because you all have such different brewing styles.
Yeah, if you just said we're making an amber, we're making a stout, and everybody did their own, shoot for this, flavor, shoot for this ABV, I could pick it out. Because everybody has their own style.
Yeah.
And this one is very much Bardic. So I'm really tickled by that. I'm so happy to know that we actually have a style.
We do.
And it is very much that. But it's huge and it's great and it's really easy to drink. And it's going to go fast. So there we go. So.
And it brewed dry, right?
No. Actually, that's part of what makes it very much the Bardic style.
I thought
So it started out to the point that it probably could have finished out at 6.5%.
Okay.
But it finished reasonably. Technically, the word is sweet, but basically, it means a whole lot of mouthfeel, a whole lot of that really full body. You drink it and go, "That's a rich beer right there." So it was a light beer shifted this way, and so it started out with tremendous potential. Great power, great
responsibility.
No, because I don't want to die. And then it ended up at, kind of sweet, kind of malty, whatever. And it ends up with like, dang, this is like Bardic's flavor, but weak.
I guess what I was trying to get at is that it's not super sweet. I mean,
but it is though, because it started out.
But
not
when you
super,
drink it, It's not going to be drinking beer Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh well, you should have led with that. Lead with the beer Kool-Aid stuff. No, it's not Kool-Aid. It's got body.
Body.
Yeah. It's like a beer.
All I can think of is Ursula.
Body language. Oh, now I need to make a beer called Body Language.
I feel like you need to give that name to genus.
Oh yeah, gosh, keeping up with the
Kardashians.
No. Just no. Keeping up with the beer news, which is plentiful. I talked with Tim, who's the head brewer at Genus today, and he gave me a rough schedule of when we're going to be doing our Imperial Pilsner.
That's right. I remember you guys were going to do that. I had forgotten.
It would be like, to hear the phrase Imperial Pilsner is kind of like hearing the phrase 10-year aged bourbon barrel Bud Light. You just don't hear those two together. But Tim has enough, his expertise is enough that he can pull off a Pilsner like sick. He can do an amazing Pilsner. Mine is such like, what if we made this stupid? What if we made this ridiculously strong? And between the two of us, we work very well together. We're very good friends.
Mm-hmm. Nice guy.
Oh, he's super cool. He will talk your ear off about brewing science all day long. He's brilliant. Between the two of us, we're going to be able to make a Pilsner that's like up here. So this isn't I mowed your lawn. This is I mowed the lawn of Buckingham Palace type beer.
So what's the schedule?
June.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So this June, we will have that thing out there, and it's going to be, you will drink it and go, this is a nice little, what'd you do to me? So that's going to be the Pilsner that we produce.
Nice.
If I have anything to say about it. Also, so let's see. So far we did what I brewed, we did what I kegged, we did what is coming up. Should we talk about who is coming up? Is that a...
Oh, that's
is
tap room.
That's tap room far enough?
Well, I guess
we could tease it as a very definite maybe. I feel like we could tease it as a very definite maybe.
Okay.
All three people will understand.
That's true. And one of them knows about it already. So
chances are all three know about it.
Probably.
But people do listen to this.
Okay, I guess this is beer related enough.
This is extremely beer related to me. This is very near and dear to me.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So we are pending weirdness. Pending things
not like our kind of weirdness.
Yeah, well, maybe like, our kind of weirdness. Well, maybe when the stories come out, it's like, yeah, you're too weird for us. Or maybe when, hey, we want to make this offer. Yeah, but I need Fridays off for the chicken sacrifices. If something like that comes out, this whole thing is off. Pending outrageous weirdness.
Which is unlikely.
Which is extremely unlikely. We are planning on hiring our first, only so far, assistant brewer, which is going to be fantastic for me. I have brewed with this gentleman before. It was a blast. Super good friends. The brew day went so fast. Such a good helper, very knowledgeable, hard worker, etc. And
maple smoked catfish. What part of the conversation was that related to? Because I know comments are yay!
Comments are slightly delayed, but yeah, I mean, in general, maple smoked catfish is not a bad idea.
I know, yeah.
In general, but yes, hiring our first assistant brewer, which will also eventually there's work up time, there's lead up time,
and we have to make sure schedules work, and for ours and theirs, and
so give us some leeway here, but eventually, likely we're hoping will lead to Sunday hours for Bardic, which is a new thing for us. Bardic has not been open on Sundays ever. This would be a new thing. Like I said, we've got a little bit of a journey to get there, but that's our next step. It's going to be ridiculous. And this is a brewer. I'm so happy. This guy's awesome. I love him. I love his partner. They're super neat people.
So wonderful. They are definitely like, you guys will meet and be like, yeah, I can see why he's hired.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. He both of them have the Bardic feel.
Yes.
So
Yep.
it'll be nice.
Yeah.
I wish we could get her on the docket somehow, but she's got her own gig.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Whatever, no biggie.
Maple smoked catfish. I get it.
Oh,
compared to the bourbon barrel aged Bud Light.
Yeah.
Oh no, catfish is worse than tilapia. You were right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, maple smoked catfish.
Yeah.
My uncle actually once taught me how to cook catfish.
Which uncle?
Uncle Mike.
Ooh.
Actually, you take a 2x4. And like an actual.
You told me about this, but keep going.
Like
keep going.
a 24-inch long, so that it fits in the oven. 24-inch long 2x4. You nail the catfish to the 2x4. You put it in the oven at 350 for 6 hours. You pull it out, you throw away the fish, and you eat 2x4. And that is the best way to eat catfish. So
tilapia, you can do some fun things with.
Yeah, isn't that a kind of pudding?
No, that's tapioca.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
Tilapia. We've gotten tilapia a lot. It's a cheap white fish.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great poor man substitute for cod.
Yeah, exactly.
You introduce enough batter and deep fry it for long enough, it's basically the same thing.
That's what I used to make uberfish out of.
Wow, uberfish we should make that again.
Should make that again.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Put that on in the tap room and just let the questions fly. Yeah, that's so good.
Oh.
Tilapia.
I like tilapia pudding and boba tea, which is tilapia and tea.
You're getting them crossed. You're calling it tilapia pudding.
I am calling it tilapia.
Yeah,
tapioca pudding.
Little fish balls in your tea.
Caviar. You know what?
Tilapia boba.
Somebody will do it. They'll put caviar in boba tea and
tilapia.
Stupidly wealthy people will like gobble it up.
There's your
tapioca. Yes.
There's your $1 million idea right there. Tilapia boba tea.
When you make your first million, come in and like buy a round for the tap room.
Gosh. I feel like we should tell our kids that so that they can support us when we retire.
Yes.
Man.
On to cider news.
Yes, please.
So related to the potential for opening up on Sundays. Oh, Brandy, you don't want to put tilapia pudding on the menu? It could be your special. You could make it.
Isn't that just one of those you throw the fish into the blender?
Yeah.
Add a little bit of Jello brand gelatin.
No, unflavored gelatin.
Unflavored gelatin. It's
just some like cream, just to make
no skim milk.
Oh, this is so bad.
And then,
so bad.
And then just a little bit of imitation vanilla.
Yeah. Anyway, cider. So I have to go no. Apple pie a la mode.
See, that's actually a good idea.
That is a good idea. Okay, so
cider news.
Going back to being open potentially on Sundays in the nearish future. When we do that, I'm going to introduce cider mosas. So instead of doing champagne, you do cider. And
instead of doing mead mosas, which can be found at Nat 20 during that time period,
yes,
you come to the cider mosas, which are
cider and fruit juice. Generally, it will be orange juice. I'm going to get one of those little like countertop juicers, and we're actually going to like fresh squeeze the juice, so it's not going to be this concentrate frozen stuff.
Because Bardic, if there's a hard way to do it that way.
Yes. So I'm excited to introduce that eventually. We could even serve it in our little tulips.
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
That would be good. What you ought to do, I'm just tossing this out there, see if it sticks. You could make some super dry, stupidly strong, overly carbonated cider in place of the champagne.
Or it could do like MD or LN6.
Or you could do like literally any other
or
cider
social
you want to do.
distancing, which already has orange
Social
in it.
distancing would blend amazingly well with literally any other fruit. That would be fantastic. But
Yes.
you could do
I know
that.
what I'm doing.
You could do that cider version of champagne.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Drive it right up to the point where the TTB almost has to tax you more because champagne, but not quite.
Yeah.
And then just smile and wave at the wineries that go by. I'm better than you.
Anyway, so that's coming. Potentially. All right. In cider proper news, all 6 of my five.
Five fermenters.
4 of them are identical, so it just kind of like melds together in my mind.
Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Gooey.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, all 5 of my fermenters are full.
3 of them are like full.
Yeah. Lloyd, which is my 120 gallon fermenter, is filled 110 gallons. So, a lot of meats coming. So I sat down today and figured out what I'm going to actually do with all of those, and I assigned fermenters to different flavors. So Lloyd is I'm going to be pulling off about 30 gallons. And that 30 gallons is going to become Cursed Castle, which is the peach fig. Yes.
Dibs.
The rest,
I call dibs.
the other 80 or so gallons, is going to be Health Potion. One of them is going to be, one of the remaining 4 is going to be Up is Down. Another is going to be Saber of Windu. Another is going to be MD. And another is going to be Mana Potion.
And this is in addition to the barrel of MD you have going on.
Which I need
maple
to
syrup
taste.
bourbon barrel. It's 2 weeks young. It's too young to test. You don't want to introduce.
It's been longer than 2 weeks. No?
Nerp.
Man, time is going in a weird wibbly wobbly way.
Timey-wimey.
Yes, and then I also have one of my barrels filled with base that's going to ultimately become a bourbon barrel, maple syrup bourbon barrel aged MD.
So great.
I bet Cursed Castle would go well in a bourbon barrel.
I don't know.
With the peach?
The pine. Well, I mean, can you imagine bourbon and peach?
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer there is yes. So there you have your answer. I think you probably ought to do that with your other barrel.
Maybe I will.
After you get this first batch out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it is the weirdest thing. Beer production, you can go like, I have practically nothing. I'm really freaking out right now to getting a little better. Okay, I'm happy now. Oh, wow, I've got a lot. Heck yeah, I'm using up all of our kegs. Cider production is like, I've got a keg. Oh, God, I've still got a keg. Commoner, I've just got so much more than you now. So
we need to keep it more up here.
Yeah, you're like a week away from absolutely decimating me in the production department.
No, it's going to be a little longer.
Okay, 3 tops.
Production.
3 tops.
Well, I mean, flavoring. Two of the fermenters are done fermenting, done settling,
done.
Because you have to give the cider time to off gas, because there's a week or 2 of just this weird sulfury note. It always goes away. I think it's just a product of fruit fermentation. But it takes a week or 2 for how I do things. And so 3 of my fermenters they're on the tail end of fermentation, but they're still fermenting. So I've got at least another week or 2 of letting them sit and off gas. And probably a week of like settling, and then a week or 2 of off gassing. And I can do flavoring at the same time.
Give you a month.
Yeah.
I give you a month. You have absolutely destroyed me in production and
Possibly.
Backlog and then everything will be better.
And I'm just going to try and keep writing this.
Yep. As soon as you got stuff empty, fill her back on up again.
Yep.
You'll do great.
Yes.
It'll be fantastic. Oh, Glenn asks a very interesting question. This is a huge can of worms. He asks, do beers ever have caffeine? The short answer is naturally, no. The natural fermentation process of barley or wheat into alcohol does not produce caffeine in any way, shape, or form. But
Did we see Glenn at the store today?
yes, we did see Glenn at the store today. Say hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
but depending
Wendy.
on
Can you go close curtains?
depending on what you are producing, if you make a really strong coffee beer, like all kinds of crazy cold pressed coffee, you can introduce caffeine into beer. When you start to do that, you start to encroach on the whole idea of alcoholic energy drinks, which were a craze 5-10 years ago, something like
years
that.
ago. Really
Which
stupid.
almost everybody, right-thinking individuals and the local and federal governments decided is a really trash idea because you can mess people up bad on those. So the answer is naturally no. Technically, yes, to the extreme, heck no. So that's kind of the range that we go through there. Personally, I think a fine coffee added to a beer in the correct way makes for an amazing flavored beer. But the star of the show is never the caffeine. There is never enough there to cause you any problems. It's kind of more like the alcohol from vanilla extract in a chocolate chip cookie. It's like, sorry, old church lady, this alcohol is not going to actually affect you in any way, shape, or form. So.
Yeah. We both have done caffeinated, or not caffeinated, but coffee infused drinks. Mine was Fate, and yours was Goncho.
Yes.
Right.
And I assure you, the ethanol hits you way the heck harder than the caffeine ever has any chance of doing.
And you might have mentioned this while Wendy was asking me a question, but the problem, did you talk about the problem? What the problem with caffeine and alcohol?
Yeah.
Just that the caffeine. You okay?
Yeah.
The caffeine brings you up. The alcohol brings you down.
Oh no, it's worse than that.
Oh.
The ethanol, the alcohol, brings you down. So it's kind of like you remember. Oh, geez, half of our crowd isn't going to remember this. You remember on the radio, cassettes, or CDs when the track would start to fade out? It's getting quieter and quieter and quieter, and you would try to compensate by no, the track is just naturally fading out.
Oh.
We are the champions. No, the thing is fading out, and you try to compensate by jacking that volume way the heck up, and it doesn't work because you're increasing the volume on something that just isn't there.
Yeah,
you're turning up the volume on something that is already diminished, and so alcohol diminishes your brain capacity. You can't think as fast. You're dumber. And then the caffeine,
which is why you want to limit how much you're drinking, especially if you're driving.
And then the caffeine makes that dumber louder.
Okay. Yep. I get it. That's kind of what I go for.
It's like you're dumber faster. And so that is the problem with those two working together. Caffeine on its own is a great way to start a morning. Alcohol on its own, outstanding. Made it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds like a great plan to me. You mix those two together, not so much meant to go together. So there is your science lesson for the day.
Science.
I will wait for our resident nurses and doctors that are good friends to come in and correct me on that. But I believe that is the correct explanation of things. So, yeah, for real, those songs sucked. It's like you try fading out and you're like backing away from the microphone. And you're like playing less loud. And the audience is sitting here going, what are they doing? You're just walking away.
Slowly.
We will rock you.
Okay. Yeah. Look at this, though.
That's pretty. That is really pretty. It's remarkably clear.
Yep.
Has some nice carbonation to it.
Yep. It's got some nice tartness to it. So this is the dragon fruit. It's Northwest apples, dragon fruit, and raspberry juice. The raspberries tartness really comes through.
That is good. You get it right back here
Well, especially because I
That's-
just finished a really sweet cider.
Yeah, wow, the raspberry really comes out in that. That is
Yeah.
nice. I double dog dare you to make a
Hmm.
dragon fruit cider. And I
I
can
want
think of at
to.
least 3 more customers that also double dog dare you. So
Technically, I already have.
that's like an 8 dog dare.
I already have.
Again,
Benedict Cucumber Patch.
okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
That's
Glenn, you're the best. All right. I think I finished talking about cider.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You've got a whole
Said
whale
all
of a
the
lot of
things
it.
that are coming.
They're super duper cool.
Be pressing here again in a few weeks because I have to wait for fermenter space.
Whoopsie.
Oh darn.
Possibility of borrowing some, but it doesn't matter right
Yeah.
now.
Excuse me. I have a bee in my bonnet though, and I really want to make There Was Room for Two again. So
Remind us about that one.
that's the rose cider. So it is kind of like a semi-sweet, heavy on the rose, but it's floral, not soap. Yes.
You should age it in a Jack Daniels barrel.
Oh my gosh, I should. Okay, that's going in the.
Rose and Jack, right there.
Okay.
I don't know how those two would go together. Probably horribly, but
So talk about why that's funny in case anybody doesn't know.
yeah. So if you spent any time of your life at all in the 90s, you saw the movie Titanic by James Cameron.
It's Titanic month.
And if you were born in the mid 80s, you listened to that song by Celine Dion
No.
constantly.
No, that was 90s. That was recorded for the movie.
Yeah, if you were born in the mid 80s,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
then you
Okay,
listened
yeah.
to that thing constantly.
Because it's amazing.
It was definitely a song. So
I loved it. Still makes me cry.
at any rate, the two main characters were Rose and Jack. Rose was flying.
I'm flying, Jack.
Jack was poor and somehow won his ticket. And
Poker game.
poker
But he was
game.
an artist.
But I mean, you have to ask yourself if he won
Yeah.
landing a ticket on the Titanic. But that's meta knowledge. That's player knowledge. That's not character knowledge. At any rate, Rose and Jack, spoiler alert, the Titanic sinks. Sorry. And Rose basically has her own yacht worth of a wooden door after the fact. And she's laying there with presumably all of her luggage and pets. And just tells poor Jack, who's sitting there freezing in the Atlantic, that there's just no room for him on the door. And she'll never let go of them. Let's go. And sinks. And
You're so awful.
after freezing, he drowns. And
See? Serve chilled. With an ice cube. I love it so much.
oh my gosh.
So much.
So talk about explain a movie plot badly.
I'm pretty sure you can get ice cube trays that look like glaciers or icebergs.
Oh my god.
Oh, that makes me. I almost want to get the license to serve liquor.
So you can put
Just-
actual Jack. Here's your Rose and Jack
Yeah.
with an
An
iceberg. Oh,
Oh, that is so good.
that'll
So
be good.
Okay. Yes. Yes. So, and yes, Brandy, poor Jack. The Mythbusters did a tried to see if there was room for Jack. There's something on my jacket.
And
And found out that yes, there was absolutely
and they actually had James
James-
Cameron as a guest star on the show.
yeah. And they found out that there was absolutely, without a doubt,
They could have
room
been
for
playing
Jack.
poker on that
Yeah.
thing and been just
There was
fine.
plenty of buoyancy, plenty of room, all the things. And what James Cameron basically said was, well, Jack was going to die at the end of the movie.
The
And this is how it happened.
The script said he had to
Yeah.
die. Mythbusters. Oh, well, okay, there you go.
Good point.
Can't argue with the scripts.
All right.
Sir chilled.
We have been talking 45 minutes about what we're drinking and what we've made. We're not even into like taproom stuff. All right. Taproom stuff. the charcuterie fixings.
I feel like I need to make some beer called the Lusitania and then claim that the whole thing was a hoax.
Yeah. Did you know that
Conspiracy theory.
the Titanic was the least insured boat on the line? So
Did
it
not
would have made
realize that.
the least amount of sense to do the swap,
The
the
switcheroo.
switcheroo to claim insurance on the Titanic.
Yeah.
Anyways, charcuterie stuff.
Yes.
So we still have the braciola,
Mhm.
which is the whole muscle salami. Delicious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's
Oh.
really good.
And then we've got the Cabra Romero, which is the sheep's milk, rolled in duck fat or dipped in duck fat and rolled in rosemary. So good, especially on the pizza. And what did we order this weekend?
Yes, we ordered. It'll be here Wednesday. What we ordered was the hold please. I literally can't remember any of the names of any of this stuff that I just ordered.
Well, and
I will just go to
these are Mark picked out all the cheeses for this order, and did I pick out the meat, or did the meat that I picked out not work?
Here we go. We're going with the meat did work.
Okay.
We're just getting a whole lot more of it than you ordered. So that's nice. So we ordered the Cotswold, which is the way they describe it is it pairs very well with a pint of ale, among a bunch of other pretentious words. And so we decided that was really good. We also got Yay Toast, which is
right.
they actually caramelize the whey before turning it into cheese. So this stuff is dark brown. It tastes for the world like caramel.
It is so good.
It is a dessert cheese through and through. This stuff is ridiculous.
This will pair with basically any of my ciders.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly, I think, MD.
Yeah, you just get yourself a tray of cheese and eat that thing with the ciders.
No nonsense board.
Yeah. Grab the no nonsense board for real. We also got a rolled pancetta, which is just pancetta on its own is so savory and sweet. And I knew I forgot something at the store. I need to go back after Bardic. In fact, we're canceling Bardic Tales right now. Bye. It's been a good day. Forget it.
No. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm going back to the store after this and getting, or maybe tomorrow. Because pancetta. We're getting that. So much. We're going to vacuum seal some of it and it'll keep.
Just wait until Wednesday and get the really good stuff.
No. What I'm saying is on Wednesday, we're getting so much of it.
No, I know. So you don't need to go to the store.
Oh, that's true. This is a good point.
Just wait till Wednesday.
Yeah, okay.
We'll carve off a little.
We got quality assurance.
We paid for it.
We did. You're right. You did. And we got a brand new pepperoni too.
Super excited. We won't see it out on the floor for a little bit.
It is going to be a little while before it makes its way out there, but it's a brand new one. It looks fantastic. This isn't because we disliked the old one or we're replacing the old one. It's just what was available. So we're running with that. But
that's going to be fun. I'm excited.
This is going to be so good. So, yeah, we got the Cotswold. We got the Yay Toast. We got the rolled pancetta, new pepperoni.
Good stuff.
Yep. That is pretty much it for the
all right
charcuterie.
For events coming up, Tuesday, of course, is 6:30 trivia, and we're actually pretty darn on time for those. We're good.
No, we're not, but we're close. We're close.
I said pretty darn good.
Okay, pretty darn. I'll accept pretty darn.
This week's trivia is this
You're
carbonation
pretty darn.
is general trivia. So no specific theme. The captain's theme last week was so much fun. It really went well. But yeah, this week it's just going to be general trivia. So
I feel like the week after the theme should be insufferable nerds. And it should just be all the nerdiest Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, just all the nerd tropes.
we already had a Stargate, we had a Stargate night, but we also had a Star Wars, Star Trek round.
That's true, and that was good too.
Yeah,
we'll figure something out.
Yeah. So yeah, 6:30.
Could have a board game trivia night.
That'd be fun.
According to Google,
Yes.
Which board game ends when your sister accuses you of cheating, flips the board, and storms out of the room?
Ask Google about it.
Yes.
So for teams, you can be a solo team. So a team of one is totally fine. The team with the best name, which is voted on Facebook and Instagram, wins a gift card. And then the team at the end with the most points gets a gift card. And if they're both the same team, you get 2 gift cards. So yay! Friends trivia. Maybe you should talk to your counselor about that.
Fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
I am sure that there are counselors who have heard stories about that game.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, so a lot of fun. Let's see, end of this month is going to be the Bourbon and Bacon Bash. So we've been talking about it for a while. You buy tickets, you get to sample all sorts of food and drink. This one is themed on bourbon and bacon. And money for this one goes to Teen and Kids Closet, which provides kids and teens in need with clothes so that they can not have to worry about that in the midst of all the other things that they have to worry about. So
For real, it's like being a kid is hard enough. You don't need to worry about what am I going to wear.
Well, and if you're in that kind of situation, you've got all sorts of different,
all kinds of challenges in that situation. Yeah.
As well as their parents or caregivers. So
yeah, gosh, can you imagine being a good, decent person worrying about what your kid is going to wear?
Yeah.
And now you've got organizations like this.
Yeah. So this is
Good
a fundraiser
stuff.
for that. So
good stuff.
Definitely check it out. We'll post a link like we've been doing. So if you're interested in tickets at all, you can pre-buy them. There's a little bit of a discount on the price for that, or you can buy them at the door. But that's going to be April 30th, noon to 4.
What are we bringing again?
We are bringing Raven Master, Ish, and Health Potion.
Nice. And I will say both Raven Master and Ish are fantastic batches this go around, and Health Potion is pretty darn solid too. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a teens and kids coat closet hosted by Bardic event.
That reminds me, I need to fill some of our whispers with Health Potion and
probably
something else, because I have to send it off very soon.
Like tomorrow soon?
No, not tomorrow soon.
Okay.
Just very soon.
Very good then.
So that we can avoid the tomorrow soon. I'm submitting a couple of my ciders for competition. So yay. Yep.
Looking forward to that. That'll be good.
Yes.
Well, I can't think of a lot more.
Random recommendation.
I'm ready, and I hope you are.
I am ready too.
That's fantastic. Do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead. You got your thing.
But it's stubborn. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
My random recommendation of the week is... come on. There we go. Eneloop rechargeable batteries.
We have been using these batteries forever, and I never looked at the name.
Eneloop.
Yeah.
Eneloop. Rechargeable batteries. Yep.
Panasonic.
Yeah, Panasonic owns them now.
Ah.
They didn't used to, but they did. This, you'll notice, appears to be a D-cell battery, but watch. It's actually a AA. We have mountains of these, all of which are rechargeable with a rapid charger that you throw those suckers in there, and 2 hours later, you got a fresh battery. You need a D, no worry. Ram it into this sucker, boom, you got a D.
They have Sabos.
You need a C cell battery, you got that too. They also make 9 volts. Those are a little different animal. You got to get those separate.
They don't have a Sabo for that.
Yeah, sadly not. But
we've got them, and they're working fantastic.
Those things are great. We put them in our Xbox controllers. We put them in our scales. We put them in remote controls.
Anything, pretty much anything. There's a few
smoke alarms, everything.
I think our thermostat doesn't like them.
It does now.
Oh, it does now.
I don't understand it, but now it does. The new
Whatever.
versions apparently work great. These batteries are sick.
And they've lasted us forever.
They do feel like a little costly up front,
Mm-hmm.
like to the tune of $2 a battery, maybe. But then when you realize how many times you recharge these suckers and reuse them, we are so far ahead of the game.
Have we ever had to throw one out?
Like a couple. Some of the early models we got before Panasonic owned them. I think I've thrown out 4 in the last 3 years.
We started using these before Peter was born. So we're talking like 12 years ago. When I was working as a photographer and my on-camera flash, because I didn't just use the little pop-up one.
Remember that?
Yeah. I used one of those that you like chunk on there and it's like the big huge thing. But it ran off of AA batteries, and after like the second pack we had to buy
new batteries.
Yeah,
Flash
that
new
would just
batteries.
suck the life out of these batteries. It was like, this is ridiculous. We need to buy some rechargeable ones. And so Mark found these, and we've been using them ever since. And
we still have some of the batteries from that original pack we bought over a decade ago. And we're still recharging them like every week.
And I haven't noticed anything that like you put it in and, like a remote, and then like 2 days later it's dead.
The one and only thing I found that could not handle it was a Wi-Fi based wireless mouse. So one of these little dailies. When it's 2.4 gigahertz wireless based, it lasted me like 3 days. You switch that sucker over to Bluetooth, weeks and weeks worth of life on a single battery.
So I would even highly recommend those. So
yeah, I mean, even if you're burning through one every 2 days, like,
you're
so
still
what? Recharge
it
and away you go. It costs you nothing after you use it the first time. So so that is my random recommendation of the week. I highly recommend them. These power our soap dispensers in our tap room.
Yeah.
So that's a fun bit of trivia there.
Because we bought a pack. They take D batteries, and we bought a pack, and none of them worked.
They were dead when we bought them.
Yep.
So that was, to be fair, they were the cheapest of the cheap Harbor Freight specials.
Yep.
They deserve
Harbor
to
Freight
be dead.
Is a fantastic store.
If you're buying something made out of cast metal.
But there are a few things that, just like any store, there's just a few things you don't buy there.
Batteries, apparently. Yeah.
Roast cider and Jack Daniels served on an iceberg wedge salad.
Iceberg salad. Oh my gosh.
Like a vinaigrette. That's good. And no need to apologize.
Iceberg salad.
All right. My random recommendation is a book. Who's shocked? So I'm not done with this book yet. You can see I'm about halfway through. It's a graphic novel called Dungeon Critters. Wendy found it at the library, and so she's read through it. And she had me read part of it to her one night when I was putting her to bed, and it was so dang cute that when she finished it, I just grabbed it and renewed it, and am trying to. I mean, it's
so happy.
It's a graphic novel, so it's not like it's heavy reading or anything. I just don't pick it up very often.
Do you mean to just like rub your head some night while you read that?
I mean, that'd be fine. This is you.
That's
by the way.
So, how is that me? Do tell.
Okay, so the cat here, that's Mark's character. So the crew is this frog. He's he's like a rogue. You've got the tank, who's a snake. You've got the like wizard warlock kind of thing, who's the cat, and like paladin cleric or whatever, which is the dog, like Labrador.
A dog would be a paladin.
But I think you would probably be the frog. None of them fit you super well. Yeah. I'm trying to find the. Okay, well, there's the scene where the cat's fighting a bunch of skeletons and just yelling, "I cannot tell a fibula. I've got a bone to pick with you." Even though for a bunch of skeletons, you guys have a lot of guts. Wait, does that make sense? Skeleton puns are hard.
That's
so there's
that would be my character. You're not wrong.
There was
dad jokes while roasting everybody with fire.
Okay. Yeah, so they're talking about going to the Baron's mansion, and the frog is saying, "You want to know more about that plant, right?" To the Labrador, the dog. This is your chance to find some answers. Stop, the dog. Stop making good points. And then the cat, if this place is bad news, I've got a perfect idea. Is it arson? and this is the response right here. Maybe no arson. And then spoiler alert.
To give you an idea, go ahead and finish with your spoiler alert. But then I have a defense of your
spoiler alert. This is how they leave the Baron's house.
To give you an idea of how well that fits my character, my current character in one of my campaigns is considering attacking an underwater army of the undead with a fireball. And my reasoning is sound.
Your reasoning is sound.
Yeah, my reasoning is very sound. Fireball generates a tremendous shockwave, which in a narrow column of water,
because it's a canal,
we will recall the water is uncompressible, and so that should provide shock or thunder damage to hundreds of feet worth of characters. And if that doesn't fly, I'm just gonna grab onto something heavy and drop myself to the bottom of that river and cast Thunder Wave as many times as I can before I come up, and that'll be like 10d8 worth of damage to hundreds and hundreds of feet worth of undead. Screw them, they're undead. They have it coming.
So
just watch my DM start crying when I do that.
Where did the focus go? There we go. All right, so yes, dungeon critters, super cute.
Well, shall we?
I think we shall. Thank you guys. As always, you're amazing and wonderful and fantastic, and we love you all. We will see you at the tap room or for Bardic Tales next week. So, bye.